Hi, hello, hey. In this video, I'm going to be painting with the colors in this set. And I've never used these before, so I'm really excited. And this set is one of Holbein's traditional colors of Japan sets. And this is the winter one. And there's 12 colors in each one. And I got all 4 season sets for Christmas. And I was going to do like a video of me painting with each one, like each season. But it took me so long to start this video. And it's not winter anymore, but like we'll just pretend, you know. So I guess I'll be doing 2 videos about these sets in the spring. Let me show you the colors I have in here. These are the colors. I haven't swatched these yet either, but what I think is interesting is that there's a black and a gold and then a gray. This color, as far as I know, is gray and it's not silver. But this one's gold, so I think it's interesting that there's a gold and a gray. Yeah, this, I'm really excited to swatch these. I think this set will be really pretty. Like, I like the way this color looks a lot already. Anyway, I already made a swatch card, so let's see what they look like. I'm actually so excited to paint with these. This set has been in my, like, wish list for years, and I finally I'm getting to try them out. Dun dun dun. I'm just gonna use the paint that's in the cap. There's a lot of paint in here. Whenever I order paints online, they've like exploded inside the cap and it always like stresses me out. Hi, voiceover me here. So I actually filmed this like over a month ago and I don't really remember what I was thinking while swatching the colors. But I will say I was surprised that like I think pretty much all the colors had white mixed in, which I was kind of surprised by, because usually you don't want all of your paints to have white in them because it'll make like mudding, or it'll make like mixing with them kind of like muddy, and your mixes will kind of like all turn gray and you can't get as many like darker colors if they all have white. But yeah, I think most of the colors in the set had white mixed in. And I know these are like, the set is like traditional colors of Japan, and I don't really know anything about that. Also, one thing I thought was weird is like, it's a winter set, but the metallic color is gold. I feel like it would have made more sense for it to be like silver, you know? I do like the gold color, it's very pretty. I just like thinking about it, I'm like, wait, why is it gold? Shouldn't it be silver if it's like winter themed? I do really like how this set has a lot of like really vibrant colors that I think are really pretty. But a lot of the really vibrant ones like aren't as opaque as I thought they were going to be. And also, I was really surprised there wasn't any more like darker, like muted colors like they look on the tubes. So here it is. I want to see though if I can make these 2 colors darker. Wait, this is the same. That's crazy, that's what it looks like. And then this one, I actually wasn't trying to get it to be that dark. So, oh my gosh, that's so much paint in the cap. Okay, so I'm back. The colors have dried. And I guess that is the darkest this color goes. Also, it's a little bit sparkly, but I think it's just because I did this one and then I added more color right there. A lot of the paints, like they're all like different, oh my god, is opacity is the word? They're all like different levels of how opaque they are. I wish I did the move where I covered like half the swatch with like a black marker or something before I painted over it to actually see how opaque they were. But I kind of thought they'd all be the same, so I didn't really think about it. But they're all like different. It's really interesting. Like honestly, a lot of these just look like watercolors from these swatches. Like I feel like especially like these 2, maybe like these 3 too. But these 2 you can see have a lot of white in them, so they're very like opaque. And this color, it's more blue than black. I thought it was going to be a lot darker than this, so I was surprised by that. But I think a lot of like landscape painters would probably really like this set, especially because of this color, because I know a lot of people that do like realism don't really like actual like black. So I think they'd probably like this color a lot. Also, I was too lazy to get out my ruler to actually make the lines straight, but I kind of wish I did because they're kind of annoying me, but just try not to look at how uneven the sections are. This color is really pretty though. The light shades right here. Oh, and the metallic color is not very opaque. I mean, okay, maybe it's not as bad as I remembered, but when I was swatching it, I was surprised by how translucent this one is. Because at least in watercolor, metallic colors are usually a little bit more opaque than normal watercolors. I am curious to see how it's going to go painting with this, because I'm surprised by there not being any colors that are darker than this one. Like, I assume since it was a winter set, there'd be a lot more like almost black colors, but I feel like even this one is like still pretty light. So we'll see how that goes. There's also no yellow, which will be interesting. I guess I can try using the gold. I don't know. Hi, so for this first portrait, I actually was painting outside for like the first half, which was pretty nice. And I don't remember when, but I was looking at like different like fashion styles of oh my god, I'm gonna say it wrong, but guru fashion. You know, I wrote it down on the page. And if you don't know, it's like a style of fashion in Japan. And there's a bunch of different like subsections of it. This one's called Roku, if that's how you say it. And I don't remember like where I came across this, but I came across that style and I was like, that's kind of cute. So then I was like Googling it, and then I found like some cute outfits, and then I kind of like combined the different stuff I liked from different outfits into this drawing. And like I had just heard of that style like the same day I drew this picture, so like I don't know like how accurate it is, but I had a lot of fun drawing this outfit. I think the outfit turned out pretty cute. I especially like the cat ear hood that I drew, and like this striped like sweatshirt. I remember I was thinking about my Nightcore days when I was drawing this. If anyone else watching this video listened to Nightcore, like comment below. That was like, those were the good old days right there. I used to love listening to Nightcore. If you don't know what Nightcore is, I think it's like still around, but it's not as popular as it used to be. But it was like sped up and like higher pitched versions of songs. It was pretty fun, and they'd always like, people that would post them, they'd use like an anime picture on like the video, so you'd have like a cute little drawing when you're listening to songs. It was pretty fun. And I feel like a lot of them had cat ear hoodies. Maybe that was just like a couple, but I feel like I always picture people of Nightcore having a striped sweatshirt and cat ear hoodies. Honestly, like, I really miss listening to music and having like a cute drawing to look at, because like I remember I used to get like so much art inspiration from like these Nightcore drawings. Like, I don't know, I feel like more artists, maybe just like the ones that I like listen to don't do this, but I feel like more artists should have like an artist like draw their like album art or something. I feel like a lot of time it's just pictures, but if it was like drawings, like that would be cool. Anyway, little time skip in the art process. I got fed up with not having black or white, so I got my black and white out, and I was like, nope, I'm using black and white for this portrait. So I kind of, for the other one, I actually figured out how to mix a black, even though it wasn't like as dark as a normal black. But then like for some reason I decided to like take a break from that drawing, and I decided to finish the other stuff on this page. So this girl, I really wanted to draw like a vampire with dark hair wearing like pastel blue. I don't really remember why, but I had that idea all of a sudden. I was like, yeah. So she's a vampire, and I was trying to give her like a vintage kind of feel, but I don't really know if it looks that vintage considering you can't really like see like her whole dress. But I was going down like, I went down a lot of fashion rabbit holes while actually working on this drawing, but this one I was looking at like 1950s like play suits, which were these really cute like shirts that had like shorts attached and then like a matching skirt that you would wear over it, so it would be like a dress, and like the skirt would be the same like fabric as like the shirt, but then you could like take the skirt off and you'd have shorts underneath. Like, I thought that was pretty cute. It's like, I remember when I first heard about those, I was like, yeah, I'd totally like wear those. And then I remembered, like, I never buy stuff that has like pants or shirt, or like pants or shorts attached to a shirt, because I hate having to use the bathroom with those. So actually I probably wouldn't buy those if they still had that kind of style today, but like, they're pretty cute. So that's what the inspiration for that outfit came from, even though you can't really see the bottom of the outfit. That's what I was thinking about. This third portrait, I was thinking about Victorian dresses, as I usually am when drawing. That's like my favorite thing to draw right now. I should probably talk about the actual paint set, but before I do, I just want to say that like this girl, I'm kind of sad I drew her like on the bottom in the corner, because I think like her color scheme, well, I was gonna say my favorite. I was like, I don't know if it's my favorite, but I think I do want to redraw this one with color. I actually already redrew this girl in my sketchbook, but I didn't like color it. So I kind of want to use watercolor and draw like her whole outfit. I think would be cool. But yeah, anyway, the colors. So I think I've decided I don't like using this set by itself. And I actually really like when art brands like have a set that you can use with like their other colors, you know? So a lot of times when like art brands make like a set of colors, it'll just be like the same colors you can get anywhere. But this one, I think it's cool that it's different colors, but I didn't really like using it by itself. Like, I was having a lot of trouble with like not having a yellow, which is funny because I like didn't even think I used yellow that often. But like, especially with this girl, I think I use a lot of yellow, especially when I'm painting like deeper skin tones. I really like to use yellow as like a highlight color to make the skin look like extra warm and glowy. But I didn't have yellow, so I couldn't use yellow. So I ended up using pink. But for some reason, my pinks, and I'm not really sure why this was, but the pinks, I tried to make a lot of pastel pinks when working on this portrait specifically, but they kept coming out super like desaturated, which was weird. I was having a lot of problems with mixing colors working on these three paintings, and it actually was like kind of making me a little angry. Like, my colors kept getting muddy, I think because of all the white in the tubes. And yeah, I just couldn't get things like, I don't know, I did this drawing like a month ago, so I feel like I like don't even remember that well anymore. But I was just like, especially on the faces, I was having a lot of problems. But it also could be I hadn't used gouache in a long time, so I could just be like a little rusty. And here's me adding the gold. I think it's funny, earlier I was like, the gold's not opaque, and then I just like painted over all the stuff. So I don't know, maybe like it was just being weird when I was swatching it, but I think it actually is pretty opaque. And when I go back to working on the bigger portrait on the right, I actually mixed I think the gray and the gold to try to get a little bit of a less gold metallic color to use for the silver or like metal on her, like her earrings and stuff. But I don't actually think, yeah, I'm looking at it right now, it like didn't really it didn't really work that well, but I tried to make kind of like a silver color. Also, another thing this set was missing is, even though there's like 3 browns, neither of the 3 browns are really dark either. Like, you couldn't really get them to be super dark colors. So luckily I ended up like bringing a black in, a black that I already had, and with that I could make like a dark brown. But yeah, I really don't think, like, maybe it's just like not made for it, but I'm not gonna use this set by itself again. Actually, no, that's a lie. I'm gonna use it, well, maybe, I don't know, because I was planning for this video to actually draw a landscape, but then I was like, I'll do a practice portrait first. And then I did like 2 more practice portraits because I didn't really like the way the first one was going. So I think I've decided I'm going to do a part 2 to this video where I draw like an actual landscape. But I haven't really decided yet if in that video, if I'm going to use just this set or if I'm going to bring like my other gouache colors in it as well. I'm probably going to use the rest of my gouache paints with it because I'm not very good at landscapes. So I don't want to like challenge myself too hard by making me only be able to use a couple colors. And I already had enough time using these colors while portrait painting, so I'll probably get my other paints as well and use them together. Moral of the story, I do really like the colors in the set, but I would not use them by themselves. Also, I think it's funny that 2 out of 3 portraits I drew have red eyes. I don't know why I was feeling the red eyes in this drawing. Honestly, looking at the red eyes, like, I kind of want to paint some more. Like, I feel like they look kind of cool. I might have to draw another vampire after this. Also, by the way, this girl's hair color, I was literally going for blonde hair, but since I didn't have a yellow, it ended up being like whatever this color is, like a gray pink color, which honestly like is kind of more like unique, so maybe it like worked out in the end. But I was trying to give her blonde hair. I like this color though. It's cute. I also had fun giving all 3 of these girls eyeshadow. This girl has kind of like a smoky eye going on with like the black and the gray. And then the girl next to her has the blue eyeshadow, and the girl at the bottom, well, I tried to give her pink, but like I said, I was having problems mixing a good pink, so it's very subtle, but I did try to give her pink sparkly eyeshadow. Here is the finished page. I'll do a little zoom in. Yeah, I kind of didn't like the paintings after I've done it, but it's been a couple weeks. You can see I've done this page now. And looking back, I actually don't think it's as bad as I remember it being. Yeah, I was gonna make the background color the same on these pages, but I think I might actually like this one without a background for once. Usually I don't like the white background look on my drawings, but I think I'm actually gonna leave it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I've been posting a lot of shorts recently, so you can check those out, and I'll probably post another one of those soon. Yeah, bye.